Hello and welcome to New Parents in Training. So today we got this Kraus faucet and we want to install it into our kitchen sink to kind of have a little upgrade from what we currently have. This model is called the Oletto pull down touch. So it's a little bit different than the traditional where you have a handle. This one has a handle as well, but instead of using just the handle, you can also use the touch on the faucet itself. You want to turn the water on. So we're going to try that today after we have installed this. So first thing first, let me open this up. Oh, and also got another accessory from Kraus as well. This is a soap pump. So after I install this faucet onto our kitchen sink, we're gonna have one opening that's just by itself. So I want something to cover it. So I'll try to get this one and see how well it fit in our kitchen sink. Anyway, let me open up the faucet first. Has one more case inside of it. All right, do not return to store, call us. Important, register your product, user manual. So this is the faucet, all the tubes. All the tubing are already included, installed, so I don't have to worry about that. I just need to attach them. Because this uses a touch sensor to turn this thing on, so I guess this is the motor and some of the parts to attach this to the sink. Battery tray. Batteries are included. 4 AA's. This is the weight that you're going to attach to one of the pipe. More accessories. This looks like screws, wall anchors, and some other washers and stuff. On to the last item, which is the soap hand pump. Just like the other one, this has a box inside the box. All right, so this is the actual box. Let's see. This is where you put all your soap in. This is where the hand pump top portion. Okay, and just screw on top. All right. Cool. It seems to be simple enough. All right, so here are the parts. Let me go take off the old faucet and then install this new one. Okay, so this is our kitchen current setup. There's 3 openings here. They all occupy. This used to be a pull down hose, but we changed it to a water filtration system here. So we're not going to touch that. The 2 things we're going to touch is this 2. So this is the control. I turned the water off now. So it's still dripping a little bit. What we're gonna do is change this to the new faucet with the pull down and this to a soap dispenser. There will not be any handle. The handle will be one piece with the faucet. So now what you need to do is to get under your sink and figure out how to take the old part off. Now, depending on what kind of faucet you currently have, you might need to consult your manual or look online to see how to take it off. Most of the older models, they might have a nut underneath or screws. Some of the newer model faucet, they might be just like assembly on top. So you might just have to undo some screws on top and to get the whole thing off. Every faucet out there is a little bit different. So just consult your manual to see how to disassemble it. All right, so this took a little bit longer than I expected. I just went ahead and get underneath and took out the bolts and nuts that are holding this tool on. Okay, so what I have found for the faucet was just hold down by 2 screws and a plate and washer underneath. So that holds the pressure and make this stand upright. So this was really easy to take it off. However, for the handle is a different story. As you can see, I try to go from the top, try to take things apart, but this is stuck on there for good now. So I couldn't get it off. I went down underneath. This portion can be unscrewed. I use a 10, but you need one of this wrench to unscrew this, and this whole thing will just come loose. Now I just need to unhook all the hoses and I should be able to put on the new one. So make sure that you have a bucket underneath to catch all the excess water, and definitely shut off the water valve. Let me talk about this really quick. I realized this sensor part was kind of loose. Make sure you had to line them up, had to be flush. So there is a opening, well, two openings. That way you can attach the plate onto the sensor. So make sure they are lined up. Right now it's flush. There's no space or gap in between here. So now you can fish this or place this on top and fish all the wires underneath. They make the wires really simple. The blue for cold water, red for hot water. And these two black ones goes to the control box. Once you have placed the faucet onto the opening there, then you have to secure the faucet. The way that you're going to secure it, well, for us anyway, we need to use the stabilization base underneath. So the faucet will be on top, and this go under the sink. And then you have to place this gasket, and you have the rubber mount, the washer, and this plate, and you have to all twist this onto the thread, and then also use the screw to tighten this up as you go. It's really cramped down there, so I'm not sure if I can give you some picture or footage afterward. But yeah, this is what it will be right under the kitchen sink. Once you have taken out the old pipes, you need to thread this onto the old valve. Make sure that you use some water tape. What you can do, take a little piece and tie it like so. It will be the same for your old valve. Do that with your old valve, then place this new valve on top, and then place the hose onto here after. Okay, finally I got the faucet in, and make sure all the pipes are not leaking. So now I need to connect to the control panel. As you can see, it says front, so this has to be facing outward. This big tube here, connect to here, like so. Yeah, and you just need to make sure that it click on. It's not coming off. And there's one more hose right over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera. Here's double-sided tape. I'm probably gonna tape it to the wall on the far end. And I need to connect to this one more tube inside here as well. Okay, I figured that I might as well show you the battery housing as well. I put the battery inside. It requires 4 AA batteries, and one of this need to be connected to the control panel to provide power. Can only go in one way, and that's that. And one of this wire need to be connected here. This C-clamp need to be clamping up to the pipe. I'll show you afterward if I can take a picture of it. But basically, just push into the pipe from the faucet, and that's it. It's just a grounding cable. Anyway, let me go find places where I can place both battery and the control panel. They both have double-sided tape on the back. The last bit is this hand pump for the soap. So the washer, the nut, the rubber gasket that is already on there, you just have to unscrew this first. Oh, so many turns. Okay, now there's still a rubber gasket on the top portion. Make sure that is on there. And what you do, place this on top and then go underneath and put this and tighten it. And that's pretty much it for the hand soap. This is installed. You can turn to whichever way that you want to and just press it down. Oh, there we go. There. Okay, so the way that you're going to use this, first there's a light here. You see the light is on, and you have to turn the faucet on and touch anywhere on the top. Once you see a sensor off, it will gradually stop. And now, because this is on, every time you touch it, voila, the water comes out. And then you touch it again, sensor light go off, then it's gonna gradually stop. On, off. This is controlled by touch anywhere on top of this faucet here. So, yeah. Once the sensor light off, then it will gradually come to a stop. So my final thought about this Kraus, it's really a neat product because you only need one opening. Now you have like 2 openings here that's open for you to use for something else. Especially now I have a soap dispenser here. So yeah, it's really cool. And I also like the fact that you can touch anywhere and it will just turn on, and touch it again, it will turn off. The downside is the installation. I thought the hard part was just taking the old faucet off, which was in itself took a while. But installing this, it took even longer because there are too many pipes underneath that have to feed through because this uses sensors. So there are wire cables going under as well. If your under cabinet is big, then I guess it's easier for you to fish or place cable around. But for us, it took a long time because sometimes the cable get tied up. And now I had the weight set up as well. So this pull down will retract as well. So yeah, it works really well. It takes a long time to install. Anyway, if you have any questions, comment down below. Until next time, bye.